March Horoscope 2021. A breakthrough month between winter and spring, when we await a positive change and when we can finally say goodbye to the cold days. Such is the month of March. For many challenging, but for many, on the contrary, a harbinger of better tomorrows. March will have a positive effect, especially on the signs of Pisces and Aries. They will be overwhelmed by self-confidence, with which the position of the Sun charges them. However, it can negatively affect the fire signs. Excessive pride and even indifference might be expected, and therefore, conflicts could arise. Try to maintain your inner well-being. Venus will have a strong position, giving many individuals more harmony and love. You will see relationships from a new perspective. Thanks to the feeling of togetherness, you will achieve satisfaction, reflected in your appearance. Therefore, many people might be looking for your company. Horoscope for March 2021 says that in terms of instability of this month, it won't be very convenient for people to deal with personal feelings. You will be better if you spend your free time in the company of people you love. March is not a good time for meditation and thoughts. Aries March Horoscope 2021. In March, Aries will be strongly influenced by the power of Venus. You will be successful in your career, mainly in the second half of the month, even more so if you work in the financial sector. You will understand the customer's needs correctly, and you will get an outstanding credit in the eyes of your superior thanks to that. The influence of this planet will also have an impact on the relationships with your family members. Consider visiting relatives you have not seen for a while. Not only the affection might be much stronger than usual, but you could also right the wrongs of the past. March will bring the spirit of personal transformation, which will be reflected in all areas of your life. All illusions that you have created during your lifetime will start to fall apart, and so your life's journey will seem much clearer to you. During this period, Aries will stand their ground firmly and won't let themselves get swept away. Furthermore, Venus will strengthen their charisma, and they will feel confident in establishing new relationships. Taurus March Horoscope 2021. March will be a month full of new experiences for Tauruses, especially when it comes to self-development. You will finally get rid of the negative thoughts from last year and decide to start building something new. Whether it is mental development or building something material, you will make enormous progress. This month will be an excellent opportunity to deepen family relationships, so try to involve your loved ones as much as possible in your activities and show interest in their problems. No doubt, these conversations will help you understand them better. March will intensify your emotions, primarily the negative ones. In the heat of the moment, be cautious not to say anything that you could regret later. Everybody goes through a dark time from time to time, and if you fall into depression or anxiety, just know that this too shall pass. Taurus should start actively strengthening their mental health, as they won't be in the best condition right now. There are various things that could help you, like healthy eating, exercise, meditation, or anything that will make you forget about the dark stuff. Gemini March Horoscope 2021. In March, the planet Mars will have the most significant impact on twins. It will give you the strength to think about your situation and take the initiative for your own destiny. This can be seen mainly in terms of work. Whether you have your own business or work for a company, you will always be amazed by new ideas. However, beware of your restless and fleeting nature, as the builders of this planet can strengthen it. In the second half of the month, beware of upper limb injuries, which may be more prone to fractures at this time, and try to reduce their physical exertion. March will open doors to new activities on every corner. This month's energy will bring to the life of this air sign a lot of new ideas on self-realization, whether it's new hobbies or work opportunities. Gemini could just now discover activities that really fulfill them. Have you always wanted to learn how to properly cook, knit, or start exercising? You will be good at pretty much anything, so go for it. Cancer March Horoscope 2021. Fatigue and exhaustion will trouble Cancers before the beginning of spring. However, this period will not last long. In mid-March, you will catch your second breath and return to the usual routine. Be careful not to speed up this process too much, as your bronchi could get the worst of it. You will keep doing well at work. But do not rest on your laurels and keep your eyes open, since you will be too thoughtful and helpful. It is possible that others might abuse your favors, which they will hardly ever return. March will liberate you from both work and emotional pressure. Cancer is starting to feel content, as well as some certainty in relationships. This period is amazing not only for strengthening family bonds. It's also good to plan various trips and vacations. You deserve that. Your emotions will be heightened, primarily the positive ones. Therefore, you will have a good time in the company of people and will look for cultural experiences as well. A theater visit or a concert sounds like a great program for a free evening. Leo March Horoscope 2021. This month will add to your assertiveness and confidence. You should use this to your advantage and try to solve issues that you have been unsure of so far. Focus on those you are most concerned about. However, the Leos should be careful about their irritability in March, as it can lead to long-term conflicts. The moon's position will help you, and you will be able to realize just in time the consequences of your actions before they may happen. March will be a month of duality and a dilemma for you. With the onset of this month, romantical emotions will be awakened within you. If you've been single for a longer time, March might just be the turning point for you. The energy of this month is good for long-term relationships as well. Leo will feel an ability to communicate clearly and will utilize it greatly. Your spiritual gifts will come to the fore as well, and with your counterpart, you will almost be talking on a telepathic basis. Don't forget to stay in this reality though. Nature walks will provide you with a good grounding effect. Virgo March Horoscope 2021. In March, the Virgos will be at work almost round the clock. Uranus will encourage you to create new challenges for yourself, and you will have an abundance of new ideas. Although you will improve in many ways, you will forget about the usual tasks, leading to relationships with colleagues getting complicated, and your success could subsequently go unnoticed. You will also be prone to intestinal problems at the end of the month, so make sure everything you consume is properly cooked and try to include more fiber in your diet. March will take place in the spirit of empathy, meaning you will seem very trustworthy to your surroundings. Speaking of family relationships, they will flourish beautifully. In this period, you will feel better in these circles than with your friends. Understanding is exactly what you're looking for, and in order to give it to others, you must be getting it as well. If you're in a relationship, your partner will be content too, because Virgo will have more than enough love and understanding. Libra March Horoscope 2021. The influence of Mars on Libras will be crucial in March. You should be careful about sudden mood changes and feelings of anxiety, as this won't do any good at work. On the contrary, it could ruin your good relationship with colleagues which you have had so far. You are quick to distraction, and even the smallest problem might provoke you. Luckily, when you come home, you will be able to relax and talk to your partner. However, the single ones should try to get rid of their negativity differently. Don't hesitate to use your physical strength and jog, swim, or do some cardio. The whole of March will be a period of passion for Libra. If you're in a relationship, you can be sure that it will flourish thanks to your tenderness, and if you're single, a new acquaintance might appear on the horizon. If that happens, don't be afraid of expressing your emotions. The other side will be grateful for your honesty and most likely, will return your feelings. Don't forget about your family too. They are expecting your support and presence, whether there are difficult situations or not. Scorpio March Horoscope 2021. Scorpios will be under the influence of the moon in March. Their emotionality will be much more significant, and they will try to find people in whose company they feel safe and relaxed. If you don't know no one like that, you will possibly avoid people as much as possible. Your physical health will be very much connected to your mental state at this time, and the suppressed emotions could affect it a lot. Your throat and vocal cords might quickly get infected. Therefore, try to avoid stress and physically demanding activities. March will be a period of deep transformation, primarily in the material aspect of life. Now it's just the time to act. Why not buy the new apartment you have been looking at for so long? Or the car your neighbor is bragging about, which you quietly envy? The horoscope implies that Scorpio, whether they head for any investment, can't make a mistake. However, if you take the specific thing on credit, make sure that the company providing you with the loan is really solid. Sagittarius March Horoscope 2021. In March, Sagittariuses will be very popular among their loved ones. Thanks to Mercury's influence, you will be empathetic, and you will be happy to help others find their way out of difficult life situations. However, the fact that many will confide in you can arouse the desire to manipulate them for your benefit. This month, you should focus on your future and your long-term goals. Always try to spend at least a few minutes a day thinking about them. Regularity and small steps can soon bring success. During this period, Sagittarius will feel emotionally stable and also get a feeling that they surely know what they want from life. Their inner fire will ignite, and they will spread positivity in all directions. March is an ideal time to get better in activities that feel like a balm for the soul. Whether it's art, sports, or work, the ability to absorb information will be greatly sharpened. Over time, you will become a literal walking encyclopedia. Capricorn March Horoscope 2021. March will be full of unexpected changes for Capricorns due to the influence of Uranus. For example, a declaration of love from a long-term friend, to whom you have never paid any particular attention, could be a shock to you. If you don't requite his feelings, try to approach it as sensitively as possible because it probably cost him or her much determination to have their skin in the game. However, beware of sudden turns for the worse. You should be prepared both mentally and financially for any problems. Additionally, you certainly shouldn't make any changes yourself. March will charge you with an enormous amount of mental energy. Whatever you do, you'll do well. Your mind will hold many interesting ideas, which you will carry out, one after another. If you're employed, your boss will likely notice your creativity and entrust an important task to you. Capricorn is generally a very hard-working sign, so they will accept this challenge and start acting. However, watch out for the work not to overshadow the whole life. Family needs your support as well. Aquarius March Horoscope 2021. Aquarians will be very curious, thanks to the influence of Mercury. Even though you won't have much excess energy in March, your brain will be like a sponge, and it will absorb basically anything you will read, hear, or watch. Come up with something you have always wanted to learn, but you've never had enough time. In addition to your intellect, this planet will also affect family relationships, especially between the siblings. Feel free to take a day off, spend the day just the two of you, and remember the old days. It will undoubtedly be great for both of you. With the onset of this month, your communication and diplomatic abilities will surface, which might come in handy in work, but also personal life. Aquarius will tend to set the record straight, and if they've been feeling like others deceive them, by asking clever questions, they will get to the truth. March will also be good for work, where you'll literally shine. No task will be too difficult for you and your boss will notice your ambition as well. Persist, because promotion is looming on the horizon. Pisces March Horoscope 2021. In March, the Sun will have the most significant influence on you. Similarly to the star, you will be abundant in confidence and generosity. It is an ideal opportunity to invite your boss or a business partner over for dinner, and thus gain some plus points that could fundamentally change your career. However, don't get carried away and don't make too high demands on yourself. The more modest you are, the more likely it is that the reward will come to you on its own. Apply that to relationships outside your job, and do not put unnecessary pressure on your loved ones. A certain amount of diplomatic behavior is always good. Thanks to that, you will do things that seem like an insurmountable problem to others. With the influence of Mercury, March will represent an amplification of a sense for diplomacy for Pisces, that is not so common for them, so they could be very surprised. Communication will be smoother than ever as well. In work, you will glare with self-confidence and responsibility, which could get you to a better and more enjoyable position. Hold on to this energy and your living conditions will improve dramatically. Thank you for watching.